beginners accidentally kill their cultures 3 times before figuring out the one mistake that everyone makes. And that mistake? It's probably not what you think. There's a living culture sitting in kitchens around the world right now, multiplying every single day, producing billions of probiotic bacteria, creating its own carbonation, and costing almost nothing to maintain. But here's the strange part. You can't buy the final product in stores. You can only make it yourself. And most people who try, they fail within the first 7 days. We're talking about water kefir. And before you click away thinking this is just another fermented drink video, here's something crucial. 3 secrets separate people who successfully brew water kefir for years from those who give up after a few failed batches. And the 3rd secret? It completely changes how fermentation is understood. But first, let's talk about what water kefir actually is, because it's not what most people think. Welcome, cheese and dairy enthusiasts. Whether you're all about Gouda, goat cheese, or a classic cheddar, we're here to share the love of all things dairy with you. So, sit back, relax, and get ready for a fun, cheesy experience. Look at your screen. These translucent crystal-like structures are called water kefir grains, but calling them grains is completely misleading. They're actually a complex matrix of bacteria and yeast living together, forming a gelatinous polysaccharide structure. Think of them as a microscopic city where different organisms work together to survive. Inside these cities are dozens of bacterial strains: Lactobacillus, Leuconostoc, and Streptococcus, alongside beneficial yeasts like Saccharomyces. They've been passed down through generations, culture to culture, for potentially hundreds of years. Nobody can create them from scratch. They just exist. And here's where it gets interesting. These grains don't just ferment sugar water. They multiply with every batch made. The grains grow bigger, produce offspring, essentially cloning themselves. 1 tablespoon of grains can become a full cup within months. This means once you have them, you have an unlimited supply of probiotic beverages for life. But, and this is crucial, only if you don't make the mistakes that kill them. Which brings us to the first secret mentioned earlier. But before that's revealed, you need to understand what's actually happening during fermentation, because this is where most people's understanding completely falls apart. See, everyone thinks fermentation is just letting things sit and get fizzy. Well, that's like saying driving is just pushing the pedal and moving. There's a complex biological process happening, and understanding it is the difference between thriving cultures and dead ones. So during fermentation, the microorganisms in the grains are essentially eating and breathing. They consume sugar and minerals, produce acids and gases, and build more of themselves. But here's what nobody tells you. This is the paradox that confuses everyone. Grains go in sugar water and they eat the sugar, right? So more sugar equals healthier grains, right? Wrong. Here's what's actually happening. Yes, the bacteria and yeast consume sugar for energy, but they need minerals, calcium, magnesium, and potassium to build their structure, to maintain their cell walls, and to grow. Without minerals, they literally fall apart. They dissolve. This is secret number 1. Most tap water is chlorinated. Chlorine kills bacteria. That's its job. When precious grains get put into chlorinated tap water with pure white sugar, which contains 0 minerals, they're essentially being starved while simultaneously being poisoned. This is how most first batches die. Day 3, the grains look smaller. Day 5, they're mushy. Day 7, they've completely dissolved in the liquid. People think they've over-fermented. They haven't. The grains were starved of minerals while being fed chlorine. The solution? Dechlorinated water. Let tap water sit out overnight or use filtered water. And here's the game changer. Add mineral sources, a pinch of unrefined sea salt, a couple of dried figs, a few raisins. These contain the trace minerals the grains desperately need. But even if the water and minerals are right, there's still a problem. Because the second secret is about timing, and getting this wrong creates a cascade of issues. Temperature dictates everything in fermentation. The same batch that takes 24 hours in summer might take 72 hours in winter. And here's where people panic and make irreversible mistakes. The kefir tastes too sweet. The assumption is that more grains are needed. The kefir tastes too sour. The assumption is that less time is needed. Both assumptions seem logical. Both are often wrong. Let's explain. This is secret number 2, and it's the reason people keep starting over instead of adjusting. Think of water kefir like a seesaw. On one side, the number of grains, the amount of sugar, and the fermentation time. On the other side, the desired taste, carbonation level, and probiotic content. Everything must balance. Too many grains with too much sugar, the fermentation happens so fast that the grains get stressed and stop multiplying. Too few grains with too little sugar, the grains starve and weaken. Perfect grain-to-sugar ratio but wrong temperature, the timing throws everything off. Here's the framework that works consistently. Start with 1/4 cup of sugar per 4 cups of water. Use 2 tablespoons of grains. Ferment for 24 to 48 hours. Taste it at 24 hours. If it's still very sweet, wait. If it's getting tangy with slight bubbles, it's ready. If it's vinegary, it went too far. But here's the critical part. Don't throw out over-fermented kefir and start fresh. Don't immediately add or remove grains. First, adjust the time. If 48 hours is too long, try 36 hours next batch. If 24 hours isn't enough, try 30 hours. Only change one variable at a time. This is how you learn your specific environment, your temperature, your water, and your grain strength. So much time and so many batches get wasted when people taste sour kefir, panic, remove half their grains, add more sugar, and change the fermentation time all at once. Then the next batch is completely different, and there's no way to know which change made the difference. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, but once it's right, that's it, right? Well, not quite, because there's still the third secret, and this one completely transforms water kefir from a simple probiotic drink into something extraordinary. The liquid strained off after 24 to 48 hours is just the beginning. It's mildly fizzy, slightly sweet, subtly tangy. It's fine, but it's not spectacular. Most people stop here. They drink it plain, find it underwhelming, and wonder what all the hype is about. They're missing the transformation that happens next. The real magic isn't in the first fermentation, it's in the second. This is secret number 3. The first fermentation is for the grains. The second fermentation is for you. After the grains get strained out, they immediately go back into fresh sugar water to start again. But that liquid just strained. It's still alive with billions of bacteria and yeast. And when it gets bottled with flavorings in an airtight container, something incredible happens. The remaining yeast consumes the sugars from whatever gets added, fruit juice, fresh berries, and ginger, and produces massive amounts of carbon dioxide. But now, unlike the first fermentation with a breathable cover, the CO2 can't escape. It dissolves in the liquid under pressure, creating champagne-level carbonation. Water kefir can literally explode when opened. That's not an exaggeration. The bottle cap can launch across the kitchen. That's how fizzy it gets. But here's what nobody talks about. During this second fermentation, the sugar content of the final drink gets controlled. Want it less sweet? Ferment longer. The yeasts and bacteria will consume more sugar. Want more residual sweetness? Ferment shorter. The exact sweetness level can be dialed in precisely. Add 20 to 30% fruit juice to strained kefir. Bottle it in airtight flip-top bottles or mason jars. Leave it at room temperature for 12 to 48 hours, burping the bottles daily to release pressure. And the result is a drink that rivals $5 kombuchas, but costs maybe 30 cents per bottle. Grape juice creates a cream soda flavor. Ginger and lemon create ginger ale. Pineapple juice creates tropical soda. Hibiscus flowers create a tart pink drink. Strawberries and basil together, mind-blowing. Here's the recommended progression. Start simple. First batch, do a second fermentation with just lemon juice. Taste it every 12 hours. Learn how the flavor develops, how the carbonation builds. Second batch, try 1 fruit juice. Third batch, get creative. Because once the principles are understood, literally any flavor profile can be created. And that's when water kefir stops being a health project and becomes genuinely exciting. Now, the 3 secrets have been revealed. But there's still one question that stops people before they even start. Is this actually good for me, or is it just trendy hype? Fair question, because the health industry is full of overpriced nonsense. So let's talk about what the research actually says. Here's the comprehensive picture. The grains are living organisms that multiply indefinitely when given minerals and dechlorinated water. That's Revelation 1. Understand the culture itself. The fermentation process requires a balance between grains, sugar, and time, adjusted to your specific environment. That's Revelation 2. Master the ecosystem. Second fermentation transforms basic kefir into a customizable, highly carbonated beverage while continuing to develop probiotics. That's Revelation 3. Unlock the potential. Put it all together, there's a self-perpetuating system that produces billions of probiotic bacteria per serving, costs pennies per bottle, and tastes better than expensive commercial alternatives. The research on probiotics shows benefits for digestion, immune function, and even mental health through the gut-brain axis. Water kefir specifically contains lactobacillus strains proven to survive stomach acid and colonize the intestines. Studies show water kefir typically contains between 1 million to 10 million colony-forming units per milliliter. That is, billions of beneficial bacteria in every glass. For reference, most probiotic supplements contain 1 to 10 billion CFUs per capsule and cost $20 to $40 per month. Water kefir provides comparable probiotic diversity for less than $10 per month, even when drinking a bottle daily. But the real transformation isn't just financial or health-related, it's psychological. When living cultures get maintained, when they're watched growing and multiplying, when something tangible and beneficial gets created, there's a satisfaction that goes beyond the drink itself. People who maintain water kefir cultures for years see their grains quadruple. They give starter cultures to friends and family. They create flavors that get requested by name. And they spend maybe $50 total over the years. Most of that on bottles and fermentation equipment. The payoff? Unlimited probiotic beverages, complete control over ingredients, and the knowledge that there's no dependence on any company for gut health. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds complicated. What if it gets messed up? It will get messed up. Everyone over-ferments, under-ferments, creates vinegar instead of kefir, and has bottles explode. That's part of the learning process. Water kefir is incredibly forgiving. If over-fermentation happens, nothing's been killed. It's just sour. Use it as a starter for the next batch, or add more juice in the second fermentation. If grains look stressed, go back to basic sugar water with minerals for a few batches. They'll recover. The only ways to truly kill grains are chlorine exposure, prolonged neglect without feeding, or contamination with mold, which is extremely rare if basic cleanliness is maintained. You might also be thinking, where do these grains even come from? Online. Easily. Cultured Food Life, or better yet, find local fermentation communities on Facebook or Reddit. Someone in your area almost certainly has extra grains to share, because remember, they multiply. Most experienced brewers are happy to give them away. Get grains. Start with one simple batch following the framework given. Filtered water, quarter cup sugar, 2 tablespoons of grains, mineral source, 24 to 48 hours. Taste it every 12 hours. Learn what your environment produces. Then do a second fermentation with lemon juice. That's it. 2 simple batches, and water kefir will be understood better than 90% of people who try it. Your gut will thank you, your wallet will thank you, and trust this. Once properly fermented and second fermented water kefir is tasted, store-bought drinks will never appeal again. Now, if you found this fascinating, there's a whole world of fermentation and microorganisms out there waiting to blow your mind. Please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, 99% of our viewers haven't hit that subscribe button yet. It's totally free and just takes a second. We've got tons of cool stuff coming your way, and in the meantime, leave a comment down below. Share your thoughts with us. Your support helps us to keep exploring and uncovering the hidden side of what we eat. So don't be shy. Hit that subscribe button and age like a fine cheese.